10 signs you are capable of bouncing back from setbacks. There are many signs that can indicate whether someone is capable of bouncing back from setbacks. Such a person needs to have a well-built sense of self, a strong inner locus of control. Identify yourself as resilient, not afraid to take risks. If you can relate to at least 60% of the 10 signs in this video, then congratulations, you are capable of bouncing back from setback in a short time. Click on the like button, subscribe, and let's get started. 1. You are able to identify your own strengths and weaknesses. It is important to be honest with yourself and identify your own strengths and weaknesses. The ability to pinpoint your strengths and weaknesses is a great skill that will help you throughout your life. It is particularly important when it comes to your career. You need to be able to know what you're good at and what you need to work on. There are a few ways to go about identifying your strengths and weaknesses. One way is to ask other people for their opinion. Another way is to take a personality test or assessment. Once you have a good idea of what your strengths and weaknesses are, you can begin to work on them. Strengthening your weaknesses will help you. Self-awareness is the ability to be aware of your own character, feelings, motives, and desires. It's also the ability to be aware of your own strengths and weaknesses. When it comes to personal development, self-awareness is key. You can't work on your weaknesses if you don't know what they are, and you can't improve your strengths if you're not aware of them. But how do you become more self-aware? The first step is to be honest with yourself. Don't try to paint a rosy picture of who you are. Be honest about your mistakes and weaknesses. 2. You have a realistic view of the world and understand that setbacks are a part of life. The ability to be resilient in the face of setbacks is a critical life skill. Those who are resilient understand that failure is a part of life, and they don't let it stop them from achieving their goals. Resilience comes from having a realistic view of the world. Those who understand that setbacks are a normal part of life are more likely to be resilient when they experience them. They don't get discouraged easily, and they are able to pick themselves up and keep moving forward. Your realistic view of the world will help you to stay positive and push through any setbacks that come your way. You understand that these setbacks are a part of life, and you don't let them discourage you. In fact, you use them as motivation to keep moving forward. 3. You have a positive outlook on life and are able to find the silver lining in every situation. No matter what life throws your way, you always manage to find the silver lining. You have a positive outlook on life and are able to see the good in every situation. This brilliant character is one of your best qualities, and it's one of the things that makes you so likable. Your positive viewpoint on life is a valuable asset. It allows you to see the best in people and find the silver lining in every situation. This optimistic attitude has helped you to form strong relationships and has allowed you to live a happy and fulfilling life. 4. You are able to pick yourself up after a disappointment and dust yourself off. Disappointment is a feeling that we have all experienced at some time or another in our lives. It can be caused by many things, such as not getting the job we wanted, not being accepted to the school we wanted to go to, or not being able to buy the car we wanted. Disappointment can also come from personal relationships, such as when someone breaks our heart or when a friend betrays our trust. No matter what the cause of our disappointment may be, it is important that we deal with it in a healthy way. Some people choose to ignore their feelings of disappointment and bury them deep down. Everyone faces disappointment in their lives at one time or another. It could be something as small as not getting the promotion you wanted or as big as a loved one passing away. Whatever the disappointment may be, it is important to know how to pick yourself up and move on. Dust yourself off. This is probably the most important thing you can do after a disappointment. Get up, get dressed, and get moving. It's easy to wallow in self-pity, but it's not going to do you any good. Here are 3 tips for dusting yourself off and moving on after a disappointment. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. 2. Don't dwell on the past. 3. Take action towards your goals. Everyone faces disappointment in their lives, whether it's from not getting the job they wanted or from a failed relationship. It's tough to pick yourself up after a disappointment, but it's not impossible. These tips can help you get back on your feet. 5. You have a strong sense of self-awareness and know your limitations. If you're greatly self-aware, you can accurately value yourself, manage your emotions, connect your actions with your standards, and understand correctly how others perceive you. In other words, those who are highly self-aware can interpret their actions, feelings, and thoughts objectively. Give yourself some time to think. It's okay to feel down after a disappointment. In fact, it's healthy to let yourself feel all of the negative emotions that come with it. Just make sure that you don't stay in that negative space for too long. 6. You don't dwell on negative experiences, just learn from them and move on. When something bad happens, our natural instinct is to focus on that negative experience and to dwell on it. But dwelling on negative experiences only leads to negative emotions and a negative outlook on life. Instead, try to learn from the negative experience. Ask yourself these questions. 1. What did you learn from the negative experience? 2. What could you have done differently? 3. What can you do to prevent similar negative experiences in the future? By learning from negative experiences, you can move on and start to enjoy your life again. 7. You are able to maintain your self-control in difficult situations and don't get upset easily. There are many things that can cause a person to lose their self-control. One of the most common is when a person is emotionally overwhelmed. When this happens, it can be difficult to stay calm and rational. However, there are a few things that can help you to maintain your self-control in difficult situations. The first step to overcoming setbacks is to take a step back and assess the situation. When we encounter setbacks, it is important to take a step back and assess the situation. This way, we can figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. We often overlook the simple things that could have prevented our setback from happening in the first place. It is important for us to be honest with ourselves when assessing the situation because only by acknowledging our weaknesses can we learn from them and bounce back stronger than before. 8. You don't give up easily and you are always persevering through tough times. We all have experienced setbacks in life. Sometimes it feels like the world is against you and there is no way out, but that's not true. You need to keep your head up and make sure that you are persevering through tough times. It's easy to feel like giving up when things don't go according to plan, but if you want to succeed, you can't give up easily. It might be hard at first, but if you keep trying, eventually things will start going your way. 9. You have a can-do attitude and refuse to let obstacles stand in your way. Having challenges and obstacles in life seem to a normal thing. It is up to us to learn how to overcome them and move forward with a can-do attitude. Having a setback is never a pleasant experience, but it can be an opportunity for learning and growth. Another step to bounce back from setbacks is to identify the root cause of the problem and then work on ways to prevent future occurrences. 10. You are mentally strong and don't let emotions hold you back from reaching your goals. It is not easy to bounce back and continue to pursue our goals. But if we are mentally strong, we can overcome any obstacle and keep moving forward. One way to get through a setback is by using a mental exercise called the mirror exercise. This exercise requires you to look at yourself in the mirror and say these 3 sentences. I am mentally strong and emotions will not hold me back from reaching my goals. I am capable of achieving anything that I set my mind on. I will not let anyone discourage me from achieving my dreams. Finally, let me ask you this question. Which of these signs do you identify with the most? Tell us in the comment below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, click subscribe, and also check out our other videos. Thanks for watching.